Tyla addresses backlash after being accused of sparking a culture war by describing herself as a colored South African. Tyla has addressed the backlash she received after describing herself as colored. The Water singer, 24, hails from Johannesburg, South Africa, and has made history as the youngest African artist in history to win a Grammy Award. However, in 2023, the singer was accused of sparking a culture war when a TikTok video she made 3 years prior in which she described herself as a colored South African went viral. Tyla, whose father is of Indian and Mauritian descent and mother of Irish and Zulu, came under fire for using the term, which is seen as a slur in the States.
Still spending forever chopping vegetables? The Full-Star Pro vegetable chopper dices onions, potatoes, and more into its container in seconds, helping make meal prep faster and tidier. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/2 before it's gone.
However, in South Africa, colored is used to describe people of mixed race descent and was one of the 4 racial categories ingrained in law during apartheid, alongside white, black, and Indian. Now Tyla has addressed the fallout, saying, "I mean, initially it was very difficult. I started getting backlash and I was like, whoa, I don't know what else to say about it, because I never had to explain myself." South African singer Tyla has addressed the fan backlash after she was accused of sparking a culture war by describing herself as colored. In 2023, Tyla came under fire when a TikTok video she made 3 years prior in which she described herself as a colored South African went viral. She added in an interview with Apple Music, I was just always myself, and at the time, 22 years of my life, all I knew was that I'm colored, and that's what I was told. It's what I had to tick on boxes back home. And when I was able to travel the world and learn more about the world, I then learned just how big the world is, and how different each country is, how different context is. So when I learned about what it means here, I was like, whoa, this is going to be a difficult conversation to have. In South Africa, we also have a derogatory term. So I feel like if someone were to come to our country and say they were that, I get why it would be triggering. I feel just having a lot of conversations and learning more about it, I know that being colored is like my culture, it exists in my context, but I'm also black. Being colored is something that happened through a lot of pain. Our South African history is very painful. We were separated from each other, and given these names and color became our culture. So it's still something that we're very prideful about. I think it was a very important thing for me to go through and learn, and for the conversations to just open up, And I just hope whoever sees this can make their videos on TikTok and maybe we can come to some sort of understanding. Tyla also accepted that it's a conversation that may never be fully resolved, telling the Times, "Everywhere you go it means something else. It's just a conversation that's never ending." I'm off that train. Tyla's 2020 video saw her style her hair into Bantu knots while donning a traditional beaded necklace, with the words, "I am a colored South African," appearing across the clip. At the time, American fans vowed to boycott the singer, with the BBC claiming Tyla had sparked a culture war with her comments. Tyla's comments went viral on social media, with one ex-Twitter user penning, "We are not gonna call her colored here, and if she personally demands it, her career will end before it begins. She's trying to cross over into an American market. She won't be able to use that word here. She can use it somewhere else, though." In the US, the term harks back to the Jim Crow era, when segregationist laws were in place and enforced by whites only or colored signs. Tyla told Apple Music of the backlash, "I mean, initially it was very difficult. I started getting backlash and I was like, whoa, I don't know what else to say about it." Tyla's music career began in 2019 when she dropped her debut single, Getting Late, independently, racking up millions of views on YouTube. She had been working towards a degree in mining engineering, but took a year off to try and make it in the music world, a gamble that paid off. Tyla released her smash hit single Water in 2023, a tune that reached the top 10 in the UK, US, and South Africa after spawning a viral dance challenge on TikTok. The following year, Tyla became the first person to win the inaugural Grammy Award for Best African Music Performance with Water, and was also the youngest ever African artist to win a Grammy Award in history. During her acceptance speech, Tyla said of her hit song, "The global impact that water has had on the world just proves that African music can be pop music too. This is just so special, but also bittersweet because I know there's a tendency to group all African artists under Afrobeats. It's a thing, and even though Afrobeats has run things and has opened so many doors for us, African music is so diverse. It's more than just Afrobeats. She then spoke about how she specifically makes piano music, or a South African genre that fuses house, jazz, and the 90s originated sound known as Kwaito. I represent piano, I represent my culture, Tyla said, before praising some of her peers and others nominated in the Afrobeats category, adding, Africa to the world. Tyla went on to win another Grammy this year, with Push to Start. She has just released her second studio album, A*Pop.